merchandise, and medication management programs. Come by and see how we can make a difference. And go Blue Raiders.
You're listening to MTSU Sports on WGNS.
Top half of the fifth inning between the Panthers and the Blue Raiders. This is the rubber match between Middle Tennessee and FIU. Panthers with a 9-1 lead after a 4-run bottom half of the fourth inning. Andrew Ildefonso with a 2-run double, and Aiden Kohal with a 2-run home run. Brian Moranik subbed in for Cole Torbett. Right now, Middle Tennessee just trying to find their way back into this contest, but in need of a lot of things to go their way. Biggest thing they need right now is some offense against Jordan Vargas, who's been nearly unstoppable so far against the Blue Raiders. He's given up just one run, a solo home run from Cooper Clapp, otherwise almost picture perfect. Has given up 2 hits total. Brett Rogers will lead off this frame, 6, 7, and 8 due up for MTSU as this pitch goes by Rogers for a ball. Count at 1-0. And again, FIU's put up these 9 runs in just 4 innings total. This is fouled towards the FIU bullpen by Rogers. Count goes to 1-1. It's very reminiscent of the start that MTSU had against FIU on Friday with an 8-run top of the second that really ended up defining the game. Blue Raiders would take that game 11-9 as Rogers gets tagged with a hit-by pitch. Caught him in the back that time, and that'll send Rogers on to first base. So a runner aboard for MTSU. But I bring that up to mention that FIU was able to almost come back on MTSU on Friday, so who's to say that MTSU can't do something similar? And we know that FIU's bullpen has struggled. So unless Vargas can go the complete distance, which he's at 60 pitches right now, so still has some wiggle room, but if MTSU can start putting some pressure on him, it could get a little more interesting. Dean O'Neill at the plate. Fastball's inside here. Count goes to 1-0. Dean O'Neill, 0 for 1 so far today. Had a pop-up that was caught by Vargas earlier. Count at 1-0 with Rogers at first. This pitch inside from Vargas, who's, to be fair, so far had some issues finding the strike zone in this top half of the fifth inning. And it looks as though Rich Witten and the FIU coaching staff may have snuffed that out as well, as we're going to have a quick meeting on the mound. Of course, the Panthers, they desperately want to win this series. They have not won a CUSA series or a series in general since the Kennesaw State matchup back in March. So they want to make sure to preserve this at all cost. There is a pitcher warming up in the FIU bullpen, but I'd imagine that Vargas is going to remain on the mound, at least for the short-term future, and indeed he will. Dean O'Neill, again, 0 for 1 so far today. He's got Brett Von Dolan behind him, as well as Clay Badalak, with Rogers at first. MTSU able to spark a little bit of offense in the top of the fourth. Do they have something similar here in the top of the fifth? Count is going to be 2-0 as Vargas takes a moment. He's going to have to, well, now they reset the pitch clock. Delivers this pitch to the inside, and that'll bring the count to 3-0. So MTSU could very well put a couple runners on base if O'Neill can force a walk here. He's already done that this weekend. See if he can manage it on this 3-0 count. And he will. Pitch missed the zone, and Dean O'Neill makes his way over to first base. Rogers to second. 2 runners aboard for MTSU with no outs as Brett Von Dolan will come to the plate. And this is getting a little more interesting in the top of the fifth here in the 3:05. Brett Von Dolan, in his first at-bat, struck out swinging earlier today. Clay Badalak is in behind him. Of course, Von Dolan, former record setter, had that tremendous game a couple years ago against Western Kentucky, which, you know, it's been talked about to death, but still amazing the night he had that night. And you always consider that whenever he steps to the plate, that potential is still hidden inside there. 1-0 from Vargas. Von Dolan chased after it, swing and a miss. count at 1-1. Vargas has 5 strikeouts in this game. Entered the weekend trying to increase that strikeout count. Hasn't been the most productive in terms of generating strikeouts this season, but today he's been all over it. Swing and a miss from Von Dolan. Count goes to 1-2. Vargas had 21 strikeouts to enter the weekend, and he is approaching or has surpassed his new season high for strikeouts in a game with his performance so far today. 1-2 pitch. Von Dolan swing and a miss. Chased after it 3 straight times, and he could not get a whiff of it. Second time he has struck out swinging to Vargas, and that is his 6th K of this game. Clay Badalak comes to the plate. 1 out on MTSU in this top of the 5th. Badalak, a junior out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Transferred from Frontier Community College a couple of years ago, and has emerged as a great shortstop option for MTSU over the last few years, as FIU is going to have another meeting on the mound, and it looks like Jordan Vargas' day is going to come to an end. So a very solid outing for Jordan Vargas. I'm sure he'll be very happy with that in what is going to be the final home game of the year for FIU. Vargas could potentially come back next year, but he's getting a nice round of applause from this audience, and for good reason, here on Senior Day. Well, we'll find out who the new pitcher is for FIU in just a moment. Panthers on top 9-1. MTSU couple runners aboard. Back in 1 minute on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
Courtside with a stop at Lightning's locker room on the concourse. From bold new drops to timeless campus classics, we've got everything you need to turn heads from class to tip-off. Whether you're rocking a hoodie in the student section or sporting a tee around town, your look says it loud. You're here for the wins, the energy, and the tradition. So step up your style and your spirit, because at Lightning's locker room, the season never slows down, and every fan plays a part in the hype. Let's make every day feel like game day.
Hey Blue Raider fans, this is Brad Hopkins with Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates. Winning in real estate is a lot like football. Good coaching and recruiting a great team are the keys. I put together a team of lenders, inspectors, and home professionals to help you succeed. Let me coach you through this process and make sure you come out a winner. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest, I am here to help you win. Visit BradHopkinsHomes.com or call 615-556-9239 to find out more.
The Blue Raiders are on News Radio WGNS.
Back here in Miami, Florida, Dylan Simmons with you on this Sunday afternoon, Mother's Day afternoon. And again, happy Mother's Day to all of the great mothers out there in the Mid-State and across the world. Middle Tennessee down 9-1 to the FIU Panthers. And a new pitcher on the mound for the Panthers with a couple of Raiders aboard. It is Cooper Foster, the junior out of Gilbert, Arizona, transferred in from Chandler Gilbert Community College. Entered the weekend with an 8.06 ERA on the season. 27 strikeouts, 24 hits given up, and 22 1/3 total innings pitched. He had a season-high 4 innings pitched against Louisiana Tech on April 4th with 5 Ks. He has already appeared against MTSU once this weekend, as have a lot of the pitchers today. Foster pitched on Friday, had an inning pitched against MTSU with no earned runs given up and 2 strikeouts, but didn't pitch for long, and it was likely because FIU knew they were going to be saving him for this potential Sunday matchup, and here we are. And Middle Tennessee going to bring in a pinch hitter here, so Matt Wolf will come in for Clay Badalak in the 9-hole. First time we've seen him in this series, and Wolf trying to potentially ring in a couple of runners in Brett Rogers and Dean O'Neill. So we'll see what Wolf can do in this spot. Here's a ground ball delivered to the first baseman. Throw to second in time for 1. There will be no throw to first, so Wolf will be safe at first on a fielder's choice. And it does advance Brett Rogers on to third. 2 away here in the top half of the 5th inning. Not exactly how MTSU wanted it to go, but it's not the worst possible outcome. And it does take us back to the top of the order. So, runners at the corners here for MTSU, with Rogers over at third, Nowak at the plate. 2 away, and MTSU trying to cut into this 8-run deficit they face against FIU. And time called right before the pitch. Count will be 1-0 here, as I think it was Foster who called time. Either that or it was Nowak. Couldn't tell exactly what the situation was, but time was called by somebody. Pitch clock. Okay, that's what it was. So the count automatically goes to 1-0 after that, as this is fouled off. Count at 1-1 strike. And again, that is a relatively new element of the game still, even in college baseball, although we see it a lot more than we used to. Nowak, ground ball to second, picked up by Fisher, who throws to second base to get Wolf out, and that will end the top half of the 5th inning. MTSU once again puts a couple runners on base, but can't capitalize on it, and the score remains 9-1 FIU. So we go back to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Panthers trying to maintain the lead. Back here in 1 minute on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
At State Farm, when home and auto work as a team, you score and save money. I'm State Farm agent Andy Wama. Give me a call at 615-890-0850 and let's work together to win big by saving money on home and auto. With the service you get from State Farm, you might think our car insurance costs more. I'm State Farm agent Andy Wama. Give me a call at 615-890-0850 and let me show you with discounts up to 40%. You may find it even costs less.
At Middle Tennessee Electric, we see the lines that link us all, illuminating our neighborhoods, empowering our businesses, and helping us to recharge. Because we believe in the power of good energy. Whether it comes from our grids, the sun, or a kind heart. And as your family and our region continue to grow, you can trust that we'll always be there for you. Middle Tennessee Electric, bringing good energy.
Rutherford County's MTSU station, News Radio WGNS.
Back here at the FIU Baseball Stadium, Dylan Simmons with you on this Sunday afternoon. Middle Tennessee down 9-1 to the FIU Panthers. By the way, Matt Wolf is going to take over at shortstop for MTSU, before I forget to mention that, since he came in as a pinch hitter for Clay Badalak in the top half of the 5th inning a few moments ago. So lineup change there for the Blue Raiders. Brian Baranek still on the mound for MTSU. Caden Samler will come to the plate. Right now MTSU trying to find any spark of momentum that they can against this Panther squad, who has been just on fire so far today on both sides of the ball. And before we get play started, they're going to get everybody set, as I don't think Brett Rogers and Owen Nowak had fully made it back to right and center field respectively, so they get them set. Caden Samler to the plate, and here's a high fly ball deep to left field, and it is out of here. 2 straight days with 2 straight home runs for Caden Samler, and FIU now on top by 9 runs over the Blue Raiders with a 10-1 advantage. This time it's a solo shot for Samler. 3rd home run of the season, and the catcher having himself a weekend against the Blue Raiders.
Fans, we will continue the Mother's Day celebrations with the next announcement.
That will bring up Hector Candelas for FIU, who struck out swinging in his last appearance in the 3rd and flew a ball out to right in the 2nd. 10-1 FIU lead as Bryant Baranek giving up another homer to this FIU squad. And again, give credit to these Panthers bats. They have just found a way to get consistent shots against this Blue Raider defense, as that is fouled off the bat of Candelas and lands in the stands. Count goes to 0-2. And right now, FIU running at full force with full momentum against these Blue Raiders here in Miami. This pitch goes upstairs for Baranek as the count goes to 1-2. FIU hitting 8 for 19 as a team with a .421 average. 1-2 pitch from Baranek, and a swing and a miss here from Candelas. That will be strike 3, and Bryant Baranek gets the first out here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. That will be Baranik's first K of the game. And it'll bring on Cole Cleveland, the center fielder. Cleveland 0 for 1 so far today in this game. .227 average on the season for Cleveland. Had a great performance last year against MTSU in game number 3 of that series with 2 hits, a home run, and 3 RBIs. Now trying to make some more magic happen in the bottom of the 5th. Count at 1-0. Tries to lay down a bunt. Foul towards the backstop. Count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. Yesterday for FIU, Cole Cleveland had 1 run, no hits on the day. He did reach base on a hit by pitch 1 time. Facing a 1-1 count here on Baranik. And that pitch low from Bryant Baranik. Count goes to 2-1. On Friday for FIU, Cole Cleveland had 1 hit with 1 run and 1 RBI against the Blue Raiders. So a somewhat productive weekend for him. Here's a chopper to the right side, fouled past Dean O'Neill. Count goes to 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes coming up for Cole Cleveland, trying to get FIU to a potential 10-run lead against the Blue Raiders here this afternoon. And he's going to drive one towards center field. It gets down in front of Nowak, and Cleveland has a 1-out single here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. 1 aboard for FIU, and that'll send on Sammy Fisher. Back to the top of the order we go for the Panthers. Fisher already with a hit today, got a single back in the 1st, strikeout in the 2nd, reached on a hit by pitch in the 4th. And now looking for even more offense for FIU in this bottom half of the 5th inning. Still just 1 out with Cole Cleveland ranging over at first, and he has stolen 8 bases this year, as we're going to see Tyler Minnick have a quick conversation with Bryant Baranik on the mound, trying to make sure that they've got everything squared away. Well, there's no hiding the fact it's been a tough game so far for MTSU. About everything that could go wrong has. It's just been bad bounces, a lot of home runs given up, and several other factors that have just made it a tough day here in Miami so far. But there's still the potential for 4 more innings of baseball today, and MTSU still has a chance to do some damage against this FIU squad, as Jerry Myers is going to make his way out of the dugout, and he's going to call for a new pitcher. So Baranik's day will come to an end on that. Second appearance of the weekend, not as good as the first appearance on Friday, unfortunately, here this afternoon. So that'll bring on the next pitcher for the Blue Raiders, their 4th pitcher of today's game, and we'll see if he can help shut down this FIU offense, which has been roaring here at home. Back in 1 minute on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
Hey folks, it's Chip Walters from Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates, helping Middle Tennessee make smart moves in a fast-moving market. Whether you're buying, selling, or just exploring your options, you deserve someone who knows this community and treats your goals like their own. From first-timers to long-time homeowners, I'm here to guide you with clarity, confidence, and a steady hand. When you're ready to make the next move, start with someone you trust. Visit ChooseChip.net and let's make your 2026 move the right move.
The Blue Raiders play here. News Radio WGNS.
Back here at the FIU Baseball Stadium, and we're in the bottom half of the 5th inning between Middle Tennessee and Florida International, and the new pitcher on the mound for MTSU is Bryant Baranik's day comes to an end. Baranik will finish the day with 2/3 of an inning pitched, 2 earned runs given up, 1 strikeout, and 3 hits allowed to FIU. And for the second time this weekend, John Michael Pickens will make his way out of the bullpen for MTSU to see if he can help stall out the FIU momentum. He was credited with the save on Friday against the Panthers to help MTSU to that eventual 11-9 victory. And now on the mound here, looking to shut down any potential offense from FIU, which has just been on point all day long. Panthers offense has been the story of the weekend, really, and the story of the day for certain today. They already have 3 home runs scored in this game. They had 4 yesterday. Mario Trivella has a home run. Aiden Kohal had a home run. And as well a home run for Caden Samler on a solo shot that we saw here in this bottom half of the 5th inning. So FIU with the 10-1 lead as a result of those home runs, but also some other big swings in this contest. And now John Michael Pickens trying to show his best stuff against FIU once again. But unfortunately, so far today, when a pitcher makes his second appearance of the weekend, it, for the most part, has not ended well for MTSU. Pickens, the junior out of Hueytown, Alabama, will face off with Sammy Fisher in his first appearance of the game, as that is fouled off. Count goes to 0-1. Sammy Fisher with a single back in the first, struck out in the second, and reached on a hit-by pitch in the fourth. John Michael Pickens, talked to him on the plane ride over here. He had never been to Miami before, as that's going to be a ball softly hit over towards third. Von Dolan picks it up, throws on to first, and that will be a nice 5-3 to get out number 2 here in this bottom half of the 5th inning. And that's a pretty good out to get on Sammy Fisher, who's been very hard to handle so far today. Mario Trivella will come to the plate for FIU, a man who's had an exceptional day. 2 for 3 already with a home run. He's been maybe the toughest guy for MTSU to deal with so far. Runner at second is Cole Cleveland after that ground out. Advanced into scoring position. Pickens trying to deal with Trivella. And there's a strike by John Michael Pickens on a fastball. Count goes to 0-1. FIU with 9 total hits so far in this game. MTSU with 2, and that kind of also tells the story outside of just the general score. Here's a ball hit towards the right side. O'Neal is there, picks it up, throws it to John Michael Pickens, who tags the bag at first for the final out of the 5th inning. So John Michael Pickens does a pretty good job coming in out of the bullpen to shut down this potential FIU rally, but the Panthers do put another run on the scoreboard. A solo home run shot for Caden Samler, who's been a thorn in the side of the Blue Raiders this weekend. Back for the top of the 6th and the MTSU Bats here on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
Las Casas Drugs is a proud sponsor of Blue Raider Athletics, located at 4702 Las Casas Pike, just minutes from Murfreesboro. Las Casas Drugs strives to provide all of your pharmaceutical needs in that hometown atmosphere you deserve. Family-owned and operated, Las Casas Drugs offers free delivery, immunizations, drive-through window, gift shop, merchandise, and medication management programs. Come by and see how we can make a difference. And go Blue Raiders.
Bring your game day style courtside with a stop at Lightning's Locker Room on the concourse. From bold new drops to timeless campus classics, we've got everything you need to turn heads from class to tip-off. Whether you're rocking a hoodie in the student section or sporting a tee around town, your look says it loud. You're here for the wins, the energy, and the tradition. So step up your style and your spirit, because at Lightning's Locker Room, the season never slows down, and every fan plays a part in the hype. Let's make every day feel like game day.
WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
Back under the palm trees here in Miami, Florida at the FIU Baseball Stadium. Top half of the 6th inning here this afternoon in the rubber match between Middle Tennessee and FIU. And it has been all Panthers so far in South Florida. A 10-1 lead over Middle Tennessee as we approach the top half of the 6th inning. Cooper Foster still on the mound out of the bullpen for FIU. He will face off with Cooper Clapp, the number 2 man in the order, who's been the lone batter to generate offense today for MTSU. A solo home run shot earlier on Jordan Vargas is the lone run that MTSU has managed on these FIU Panthers. Let's see if Clapp has a chance to do that again here. This pitch by Cooper Foster may say otherwise as a strike is delivered. Count goes to 0-1. MTSU got another hit from Tyler Minnick right after the home run by Clapp. The 2 hits are the only hits that MTSU has managed all day today, as this pitch is missed by Cooper Foster. Count evens at 1-1. Pretty decent breeze flowing towards left field, it seems like. Might have helped some of these last few home runs for FIU. We've talked about that ocean breeze all weekend and how it's helped potentially some of these deeper shots as the count goes to 1-2. Fouled off by Clapp. Clapp struck out his first time up through the order. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Whoa! Cooper Foster just lost the handle on that fastball and went right up and over the head of his catcher, Caden Samler. Count goes to 2-2. That's one of the wild pitches I've seen in a good bit. So 2 balls and 2 strikes, and we'll see if Foster can get it under control a little bit better than that. 2-2 pitch. He does this time, but just misses the zone. Count runs full at 3-2. Clapp, one of the 5 lefties in the order for MTSU in this game. Payoff pitch, and this ball popped up on the left side but fouled back. And it lands in the audience. Somebody's going to get a souvenir. And this is the final home game of the year for FIU. They will be in Las Cruces, New Mexico next weekend on basically the other side of the country for their final CUSA series. Payoff pitch. And that is just high for ball 4. So a good job by Cooper Clapp to stay patient. Forces a leadoff walk in the top half of the 6th inning. And will make his way over to first base with Tyler Minnick coming in right behind him. Minnick already with a single, which he got in his last at-bat. He's also grounded out to second today. Senior out of Smyrna, Georgia. Came to MTSU from Georgia Tech, and that's delivered for a strike. Of course, Georgia Tech, top 5 team in the D1 baseball rankings right now, looking to be a major contender for Omaha. Race for Omaha is going to be pretty interesting this year. 0-1 pitch, and here's a drive into right center field. An Omaha-worthy hit by Tyler Minnick puts 2 runners aboard for MTSU with a single. And that will bring on Nathan Brewer for the Blue Raiders. Number 4 man in the order, so pretty good start against Cooper Foster in this top of the 6th. But this is where the issues have come in. MTSU's been able to get guys on base, but they haven't been able to capitalize today in this game. Perhaps Nathan Brewer can change that right here. Doesn't have a hit yet, 0 for 2. Flew a ball out to the shortstop and struck out in the 4th. No outs here, swing and a miss. We know Brewer's going to be aggressive at the plate. That's no mystery to anybody. Cooper Foster knows that just as well, and he's probably going to try to use that to his advantage. The question is, can Brewer get underneath the baseball, because we know what he's aiming for here. 0-1, just misses on a breaking ball. Count goes to 1-1. Brewer's got a very keen eye for knowing when the right time is to swing with all your power. He's very good at locating the direction of pitches and what style he's going to be getting. 1-1. Low pitch here by Cooper Foster. Count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Blue Raiders, of course, trying to avenge the series loss to Western Kentucky back in Murfreesboro. Lost in disappointing fashion in Game 3 on Sunday of that series. Trying to get some retribution here this weekend, but having trouble today against FIU. 2-1. Here's a high chopper to second. Fisher is there. Throws to second for 1 out. Throw to first in time for the double play. It's going to be a 4-6-3 for FIU that takes out both Tyler Minnick and Nathan Brewer. Cooper Clapp advances to third, but 2 away now here in the top half of the 6th inning. And it's just been that sort of bad luck day for MTSU. Lane Akers will come to the plate for the Blue Raiders. 0 for 2 so far is the DH. 47 hits, 30 RBIs, 9 doubles, and 7 homers on the year. He has struck out twice, both times swinging in this game, so he's been very aggressive. And you know that, much like Brewer, he's going to be targeting a home run here, because really MTSU needs those to have any shot of coming back into this game. The long ball is your friend right now. It's really what won them the game on Friday, thanks to Brewer. And that's what they need here in this situation as well. Cooper Foster threw an inning and a third so far. No strikeouts, one walk, but just one hit given up, which was the single to Tyler Minnick a few moments ago. And now seeing what he can do with the DH, Lane Akers, who's got a .389 on-base percentage so far this season. But before that, we'll get a meeting on the mound from FIU, and they'll decide what they want to do with Cooper Foster. There is a pitcher warming up in the bullpen for the Panthers, but I would guess that this will just be a let's get this under control, sort of conversation. Make sure that we don't give up any more runs to MTSU in this spot. The one thing you don't want to do if you're FIU in this situation is light a fire under the Blue Raiders. And I think that's what Rich Witten's trying to do, taking no chances, and he is going to take Cooper Foster out of the game. So pretty good outing from Foster. Not a long one, but through an inning and a third. No earned runs given up and just one hit. So new pitcher on deck for FIU. We'll find out who's going to take the bump in 1 minute's time. Blue Raiders trying to get some runs in the top half of the sixth right here on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
Locally grown, Blue Raider proud. This is Jonathan Harmon with the J. Harmon Home Team. As an MTSU alumnus and lifelong Rutherford County resident, I bring the heart of a teacher, the grit of a Blue Raider, and over 15 years of real estate experience to every client. Honest to a fault, connected to the community, and driven to serve. I don't just help you buy or sell, I help you understand every step. The J. Harmon Home Team, where real estate meets real talk.
Nothing is more expensive than a missed opportunity that could have changed your life. Maybe you're just graduating high school, or are working and need to earn a degree to advance your career. Or you aspire to be a leader, and a graduate degree can make that happen. Whether you're just starting out or retooling for the future, Middle Tennessee State University can help you get there. MTSU, the University of Opportunities.
You're listening to MTSU Sports on WGNS.
Back here at the FIU Baseball Stadium, third pitcher of the game in for FIU. It is Jeremy Urena who comes in for Cooper Foster. Urena already with a bunch of experience this season, but this will be his first time taking on Middle Tennessee this weekend. Urena, a senior out of Johnston, Rhode Island, transferred in from Rhode Island. An 8.868 ERA, 0-3 record on the year, 28 innings pitched. This will be his 13th appearance, 25 strikeouts. He had a season-high 4 2/3 innings pitched against DBU back on April 26th and 7 Ks against Holy Cross on February 22nd. And MTSU hoping that they'll be able to exploit something on Jeremy Urena to get some runs on the scoreboard, which they desperately need in this top half of the sixth inning with 2 outs. Lane Akers is going to be at the plate for MTSU. He's got Brett Rogers behind him and Dean O'Neill behind him, and there is a runner at third in Cooper Clapp for the Blue Raiders, who already has a solo home run shot today and delivered a single just a few moments ago, got on base with a walk a few moments ago. It was Minnick who delivered the single to get himself on base, and now Cooper Clapp trying to be driven in home by Lane Akers, but having to contend with Jeremy Urena. 2 away here in this top of the sixth. Pitch to Akers by Urena, delivered for a strike. Counted 0-1. The bullpen for FIU has been pretty solid these last couple days, and they've been doing a great job of limiting these MTSU batters. It's really been the starting pitching that has been the biggest issue for FIU, but that was not a problem today, as Jordan Vargas was sensational to start the contest with 6 strikeouts. 0-2, swing and a miss for Akers. So Jeremy Urena comes right in and gets a strikeout on Lane Akers here in this top half of the sixth. And once again, MTSU, despite having a runner on third, comes up empty. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification here on WGNS.
The flagship station for Middle Tennessee sports. WGNS. Murfreesboro, Smyrna. The Blue Raiders play here.
Cooper Rasmussen will be up to bat when we come back against John Michael Pickens for MTSU here on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner. Back for the bottom of the 6th to Miami in 1 minute.
Will Fraley, attorney at law, has experience you can count on. Former Blue Raider baseball player and MTSU alum Will Fraley serves Murfreesboro and the surrounding communities. Put a strong and experienced legal fighter on your case. Give Will Fraley a call and he can handle all of your legal matters, including criminal and domestic or family law. Visit willfraleylaw.com or call 615-410-7290.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
The Blue Raiders are on News Radio WGNS.
Bottom half of the 6th inning here on the campus of Florida International University. Dylan Simmons with you in Miami. And Middle Tennessee facing a steep 10-1 deficit to the FIU Panthers. John Michael Pickens still on the mound, trying to limit the damage that the Panthers can do here. As the number 3 man in the order will lead off, Cooper Rasmussen. He'll be followed by Andrew Ildefonso and Aiden Cohol. Rasmussen does not have a hit today, but has reached twice on a hit by pitch and walk so far in this contest. 9 for 23 performance so far for FIU as a team hitting. But John Michael Pickens in the bottom of the 5th when he checked in showed some pretty good poise. Able to get a couple of quick outs and bring the 5th inning to a quick end, and he's hoping to do the same here. Strike delivered to Rasmussen. Pickens 0-1 will be fouled off on the left side as another airplane screeches across the sky. And it's amazing the frequency that happens. So many airplanes flying in and out of here. Of course, they do say Miami's one of the busiest cities in the U.S., and I can see why. 0-2 pitch coming up to Rasmussen. And John Michael Pickens called strike 3 on Cooper Rasmussen to open up the bottom half of the 6th inning. That will be JMP's 2nd strikeout of this game. And it will bring on Andrew Ildefonso. Ildefonso with an RBI double his last time up. He's also got a single in this game and a hit by pitch. Pretty solid outing so far against MTSU. But John Michael Pickens showing an abundance of confidence so far. Here's a ground ball foul to the left side. Count goes to 0-1. And as long as Pickens continues to pitch solidly, it gives MTSU just that slight glimmer of hope that they can cut into this FIU lead a little bit, at least give themselves a chance. 0-1 pitch coming up to Ildefonso. Pickens just a little bit outside on this offering. Count moves to 1-1. Blue Raiders trying to pick up their 12th Conference USA win of the season. First CUSA Road Series win. Had a chance against Sam Houston, but had a tough Sunday contest in Huntsville. This ball will be fouled back by Ildefonso. And I believe fouled out of the stadium as well. So the count will go to 1-2. MTSU trying to avoid a repeat of that Sunday afternoon in Texas, here today in Miami, but these FIU bats have had another thing for him so far. 1-2 pitch with 1 out. Pickens, fastball, just misses the corner. Count goes to 2-2. Targeted the outside corner against Ildefonso, but couldn't quite get the strikeout. And it sets up 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 away for John Michael Pickens. 2-2 pitch. And this one fouled directly into the backstop by Ildefonso. Keeps the count at 2-2. Middle Tennessee all-time against the Panthers. Entered the series 28-27 since 2002. 15-12 on the road. They're now 16-13 on the road. They could get their 17th road win against FIU if they can get it done today. It would also be their first series win against the Panthers since 2023. 2-2 pitch from Pickens. Just outside. Count goes to 3-2. Played FIU here a couple of years ago in 2024. Won the Friday game, but lost on Saturday and Sunday, trying to avoid that same result here in 2026. Payoff pitch with one out. Pickens, here's a ground ball to short, picked up by Matt Wolf, who throws on to first, and that will be a 6-3 for out number 2. Remember, Matt Wolf pinch hit for Clay Badalak earlier and is now in as the shortstop. So he helps get the 6-3, and that'll send on Aiden Kohal for FIU. Now, Kohal has been a big problem for MTSU so far. Solo home run shot already in this game. He had a home run yesterday against MTSU and a home run on Friday. So he has scored a home run in every game against the Blue Raiders. And trying to do it once again right here with 2 outs. Pitch delivered by Pickens. His fastball, though, continues to frustrate these FIU hitters. Gets a strike, and the count goes to 0-1. He's looked super sporty this weekend. Had a great outing on Friday. Helped lift MTSU to that win. Got a save for his troubles. A 1 pitch here. This will be fouled back. And he's doing some great work against the FIU lineup here in the bottom of the 6th. Chance to end the inning right here on this 0-2 count and get his second strikeout of the frame. Already got a strikeout looking on Cooper Rasmussen. Can he get one here on Kohal? 0-2 pitch is upstairs for ball number 1. Targeted that top part of the zone again, just couldn't get it down enough. And the Bronx, New York native, Aiden Kohal, trying to deliver a Derek Jeter-style towering slam. And here's a high drive into left center field that's going to get down in front of the wall right into the gap for a base hit. Kohal rounding second, and he will deliver a 2-out double here in the bottom half of the 6th inning on John Michael Pickens. One of the first hits that Pickens has given up so far in his appearance, and that'll send on Enrique Alvarez Jr. Kohal's success against Middle Tennessee continues here on this Sunday afternoon. Alvarez Jr. hasn't been as successful, 0 for 2 so far today, but he does have an RBI, which he managed back in the first. Has also reached on a walk and popped a ball up to center field. Runner at second. High chopper right side. It goes right to Clapp, who throws to O'Neal for a 4-3 and out number 3. So 1 double from Aiden Kohal, but nothing more from FIU, and the score remains 10-1. Blue Raiders need some offense in the top of the 7th. We'll be back in 1 minute on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
The Blue Raiders are winners in the classroom, on the field, and the courts. Richard Lewis here. I want you to win in real estate also. Buying, selling, auction here in Tennessee, or along the Gulf Coast, a second home, or investing. Give me a call to help start that winning process. 615-319-9981. Oh, I'm never too busy for your referrals. Richard Lewis, Exit Realty, Bob Lamb & Associates.
Las Casas Drugs is a proud sponsor of Blue Raider Athletics, located at 4702 Las Casas Pike, just minutes from Murfreesboro. Las Casas Drugs strives to provide all of your pharmaceutical needs in that hometown atmosphere you deserve. Family-owned and operated, Las Casas Drugs offers free delivery, immunizations, drive-through window, gift shop, merchandise, and medication management programs. Come by and see how we can make a difference. And go Blue Raiders.
Rutherford County's MTSU station, News Radio WGNS.
Welcome back to sunny Miami, Florida. Top half of the 7th inning is on deck between Middle Tennessee and FIU. Blue Raiders down 10-1 here at the FIU Baseball Stadium, trying to overcome a 9-run deficit, but very limited time to do it against Jeremy Urena and the Panthers. Urena checked in the top half of the 6th and did some pretty solid damage against MTSU from the mound. Brett Rogers will come to the plate for the Blue Raiders as MTSU tries to get the offense kick-started, which has been no easy task so far today. And the bats have usually been pretty consistent for MTSU, but here today it is just not materialized yet. Rogers 0 for 1, lined the ball out to left field and reached on a hit by pitch in the second and fifth innings respectively. Urena, a low pitch, count goes to 1-0. It will be Rogers, Dean O'Neill, and Brett Von Dolan to lead off in this inning. Numbers 6, 7, and 8 for Middle Tennessee. Count at 1-0. That pitch low towards the knees of Rogers. Count now at 2-0 for Brett. Rogers, the redshirt sophomore out of Chattanooga, played at Silverdale Baptist Academy, and he's going to foul this one off as it rolls behind the batter's box. Count at 2-1. Rogers had 3 hits, 2 runs, and 1 RBI versus FIU in Murfreesboro in game number 1 last year. We would expect that in 2027 that these two teams will meet in Murfreesboro once again, if the pattern is to be followed. 2-1 pitch. Of course, we won't know that 2027 schedule for some time, I'd imagine. Usually announced towards the beginning part of the year. Count at 3-1. Right now, all MTSU's focused on is 2026 and trying to make the most of this final part of the season. 3-1, shot towards the right side, right to Fisher, who will throw on to Cohall for a 4-3 and out number 1 on Brett Rogers. Dean O'Neill will come to the plate. Reached on a walk his last time up. And Jeremy Urena continues the consistency for FIU pitchers today. For a team that was last, or 11th, I should say, in the conference in ERA entering the weekend, they sure have not played like it. The pitching, although it hasn't been the greatest, has done a much better job of just managing these MTSU batters and limiting their usual explosiveness. MTSU's lost in shootouts, but rarely do the bats get quieted as they have here on Sunday. Count at 1-0. The Raiders got 5 runs yesterday after a quick start. 1-0 pitch from Urena. Well inside, but in for a strike. That one really close to the inside corner, but got in the zone. Count goes to 1-1. Urena taking his time here. 1-1 pitch. O'Neill chased after it and missed. Count goes to 1-2. Dean O'Neill still looking for that first hit of the weekend. Didn't get any yesterday. Struggled on Friday, but we know he's got the capability to.
Bring your game day style courtside with a stop at Lightning's Locker Room on the concourse. From bold new drops to timeless campus classics, we've got everything you need to turn heads from class to tip-off. Whether you're rocking a hoodie in the student section or sporting a tee around town, your look says it loud. You're here for the wins, the energy, and the tradition. So step up your style and your spirit, because at Lightning's Locker Room, the season never slows down, and every fan plays a part in the hype. Let's make every day feel like game day.
Hey Blue Raider fans, this is Brad Hopkins with Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates. Winning in real estate is a lot like football. Good coaching and recruiting a great team are the keys. I put together a team of lenders, inspectors, and home professionals to help you succeed. Let me coach you through this process and make sure you come out a winner. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest, I am here to help you win. Visit BradHopkinsHomes.com or call 615-556-9239 to find out more.
At State Farm, when home and auto work as a team, you score and save money. I'm State Farm Agent Andy Wama. Give me a call at 615-890-0850 and let's work together to win big by saving money on home and auto. With the service you get from State Farm, you might think our car insurance costs more. I'm State Farm Agent Andy Wama. Give me a call at 615-890-0850 and let me show you with discounts up to 40%. You may find it even costs less.
At Middle Tennessee Electric, we see the lines that link us all, illuminating our neighborhoods, empowering our businesses, and helping us to recharge. Because we believe in the power of good energy. Whether it comes from our grids, the sun, or a kind heart. And as your family and our region continue to grow, you can trust that we'll always be there for you. Middle Tennessee Electric, bringing good energy.
Hey folks, it's Chip Walters from Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates, helping Middle Tennessee make smart moves in a fast-moving market. Whether you're buying, selling, or just exploring your options, you deserve someone who knows this community and treats your goals like their own. From first-timers to long-time homeowners, I'm here to guide you with clarity, confidence, and a steady hand. When you're ready to make the next move, start with someone you trust. Visit ChooseChip.net and let's make your 2026 move the right move.
Las Casas Drugs is a proud sponsor of Blue Raider Athletics, located at 4702 Las Casas Pike, just minutes from Murfreesboro. Las Casas Drugs strives to provide all of your pharmaceutical needs in that hometown atmosphere you deserve. Family-owned and operated, Las Casas Drugs offers free delivery, immunizations, drive-through window, gift shop, merchandise, and medication management programs. Come by and see how we can make a difference. And go Blue Raiders!
Bring your game day style courtside with a stop at Lightning's Locker Room on the concourse. From bold new drops to timeless campus classics, we've got everything you need to turn heads from class to tip-off. Whether you're rocking a hoodie in the student section or sporting a tee around town, your look says it loud. You're here for the wins, the energy, and the tradition. So step up your style and your spirit, because at Lightning's Locker Room, the season never slows down, and every fan plays a part in the hype. Let's make every day feel like game day.
Locally grown, Blue Raider proud. This is Jonathan Harmon with the J. Harmon Home Team. As an MTSU alumnus and lifelong Rutherford County resident, I bring the heart of a teacher, the grit of a Blue Raider, and over 15 years of real estate experience to every client. Honest to a fault, connected to the community, and driven to serve. I don't just help you buy or sell, I help you understand every step. The J. Harmon Home Team, where real estate meets real talk.
Nothing is more expensive than a missed opportunity that could have changed your life. Maybe you're just graduating high school, or are working and need to earn a degree to advance your career. Or you aspire to be a leader, and a graduate degree can make that happen. Whether you're just starting out or retooling for the future, Middle Tennessee State University can help you get there. MTSU, the University of Opportunities.
Will Fraley, attorney at law, has experience you can count on. Former Blue Raider baseball player and MTSU alum Will Fraley serves Murfreesboro and the surrounding communities. Put a strong and experienced legal fighter on your case. Give Will Fraley a call and he can handle all of your legal matters, including criminal and domestic or family law. Visit willfraleylaw.com or call 615-410-7290.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
The Blue Raiders are winners in the classroom, on the field, and the courts. Richard Lewis here. I want you to win in real estate also. Buying, selling, auction here in Tennessee, or along the Gulf Coast, a second home, or investing. Give me a call to help start that winning process. 615-319-9981. Oh, I'm never too busy for your referrals. Richard Lewis, Exit Realty, Bob Lamb & Associates.
Las Casas Drugs is a proud sponsor of Blue Raider Athletics, located at 4702 Las Casas Pike, just minutes from Murfreesboro. Las Casas Drugs strives to provide all of your pharmaceutical needs in that hometown atmosphere you deserve. Family-owned and operated, Las Casas Drugs offers free delivery, immunizations, drive-through window, gift shop, merchandise, and medication management programs. Come by and see how we can make a difference. And go Blue Raiders!
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, Here's Monty Bolaños.
The NBA playoffs continue with 2 Game 4s, and it all starts from Philly at 3:30 Eastern Time as the 76ers will try to keep their season alive against the Knicks, who are 1 win away from advancing to the Eastern Conference Finals. Then the Timberwolves will try to even the series at home against the Spurs with tip-off at 7:30 Eastern Time. In Major League Baseball, back-to-back home runs in the first inning for the Phillies. Kyle Schwarber with his 15th home run of the season, and then Bryce Harper. But Schwarber has homered again for a 16th home run, which leads Major League Baseball. Phillies are shutting out the Rockies 5-0, top of the 3rd inning. The A's lead the Orioles 1-0, top of the 3rd there. Top of the 7th inning in Miami, where the Nationals and the Marlins are tied at 2 apiece. The Blue Jays lead the Angels at home 1-0, top of the 3rd inning. And the Rays are blanking the Red Sox in Boston 3-0, top of the 3rd.
Bring your game day style courtside with a stop at Lightning's Locker Room on the concourse. From bold new drops to timeless campus classics, we've got everything you need to turn heads from class to tip-off. Whether you're rocking a hoodie in the student section or sporting a tee around town, your look says it loud. You're here for the wins, the energy, and the tradition. So step up your style and your spirit, because at Lightning's Locker Room, the season never slows down, and every fan plays a part in the hype. Let's make every day feel like game day.
Hey Blue Raider fans, this is Brad Hopkins with Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates. Winning in real estate is a lot like football. Good coaching and recruiting a great team are the keys. I put together a team of lenders, inspectors, and home professionals to help you succeed. Let me coach you through this process and make sure you come out a winner. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest, I am here to help you win. Visit BradHopkinsHomes.com or call 615-556-9239 to find out more.
At State Farm, when home and auto work as a team, you score and save money. I'm State Farm agent Andy Wama. Give me a call at 615-890-0850 and let's work together to win big by saving money on home and auto. With the service you get from State Farm, you might think our car insurance costs more. I'm State Farm agent Andy Wama. Give me a call at 615-890-0850 and let me show you with discounts up to 40%. You may find it even costs less.
At Middle Tennessee Electric, we see the lines that link us all, illuminating our neighborhoods, empowering our businesses, and helping us to recharge. Because we believe in the power of good energy. Whether it comes from our grids, the sun, or a kind heart. And as your family and our region continue to grow, you can trust that we'll always be there for you. Middle Tennessee Electric, bringing good energy.
Hey folks, it's Chip Walters from Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates, helping Middle Tennessee make smart moves in a fast-moving market. Whether you're buying, selling, or just exploring your options, you deserve someone who knows this community and treats your goals like their own. From first-timers to long-time homeowners, I'm here to guide you with clarity, confidence, and a steady hand. When you're ready to make the next move, start with someone you trust. Visit ChooseChip.net and let's make your 2026 move the right move.
Las Casas Drugs is a proud sponsor of Blue Raider Athletics, located at 4702 Las Casas Pike, just minutes from Murfreesboro. Las Casas Drugs strives to provide all of your pharmaceutical needs in that hometown atmosphere you deserve. Family-owned and operated, Las Casas Drugs offers free delivery, immunizations, drive-through window, gift shop, merchandise, and medication management programs. Come by and see how we can make a difference. And go Blue Raiders!
Bring your game day style courtside with a stop at Lightning's Locker Room on the concourse. From bold new drops to timeless campus classics, we've got everything you need to turn heads from class to tip-off. Whether you're rocking a hoodie in the student section or sporting a tee around town, your look says it loud. You're here for the wins, the energy, and the tradition. So step up your style and your spirit, because at Lightning's Locker Room, the season never slows down, and every fan plays a part in the hype. Let's make every day feel like game day.
Locally grown, Blue Raider proud. This is Jonathan Harmon with the J. Harmon Home Team. As an MTSU alumnus and lifelong Rutherford County resident, I bring the heart of a teacher, the grit of a Blue Raider, and over 15 years of real estate experience to every client. Honest to a fault, connected to the community, and driven to serve. I don't just help you buy or sell, I help you understand every step. The J. Harmon Home Team, where real estate meets real talk.
Nothing is more expensive than a missed opportunity that could have changed your life. Maybe you're just graduating high school, or are working and need to earn a degree to advance your career. Or you aspire to be a leader, and a graduate degree can make that happen. Whether you're just starting out or retooling for the future, Middle Tennessee State University can help you get there. MTSU, the University of Opportunities.
The Blue Raiders play here. News Radio WGNS.
All right, folks, we're back here on the air on WGNS. Blue Raider baseball. Apologies for the delay. We had an issue with the Comrex as Dean O'Neill drops a pop fly that will allow the runner to be safe at first base and Sammy Fisher. But we're back here on the air on WGNS. We're going to try to make this work through my cell phone, so hopefully we can make it through without any huge technical issues from here on out. But we are in the bottom half of the seventh inning with FIU on top 10-1, trying to potentially take over this game.
Number 26, Mario Trivela.
Mario Trivela will come to first base after that missed play by Dean O'Neill. Sammy Fisher trying to be sent home, and if he's able to do so, that would, fortunately for MTSU, prematurely end the game via the run rule. Hopefully the PA in the background won't conflict too much with my voice, trying to make it as clear as we can. It is John Michael Pickens who is on the mound for MTSU. Jerry Myers coming out of the dugout to talk to him here in this bottom half of the seventh inning. And he will make his way out of the dugout, or excuse me, back to the dugout after a pretty solid performance here today against the Panthers. We're going to take a quick 1-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll find the new pitcher for MTSU here on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
Will Fraley, attorney at law, has experience you can count on. Former Blue Raider baseball player and MTSU alum Will Fraley serves Murfreesboro and the surrounding communities. Put a strong and experienced legal fighter on your case. Give Will Fraley a call and he can handle all of your legal matters, including criminal and domestic or family law. Visit willfraleylaw.com or call 615-410-7290.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
Welcome back here on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner. Mason Dobbs takes the mound for MTSU here in the bottom half of the seventh inning. I believe we may have identified the problem with the Comrex a few moments ago. I think a power cord actually came loose, and that may have been the issue. So we're going to see in just a bit if we can get the Comrex broadcast back up for all of you and maybe get this sounding a little bit better so we can avoid the call-in. But until then, we're going to keep it here on the phone. I'm going to have our producer take over for a little bit once we end the bottom half of the seventh inning. And once that takes place, we'll try to get the full broadcast back up and running. But until then, we've got Mason Dobbs on the mound for MTSU here in this bottom half of the seventh inning with 2 outs, trying to make sure that FIU does not end this game early and that MTSU might possibly be able to at least have a chance in the top half of the eighth inning. Mason Dobbs will face off with Mario Trivela, who already has a 2-run homer today, along with a double back in the third. He has lined the ball out in the fourth and also had a ground ball to first base in the fifth. Trivela's been a superstar today for the Panthers, and the man from Caracas, Venezuela, is going to try to take it to Mason Dobbs here in this bottom half of the seventh to end the game early for the Panthers and give them the series. Dobbs, the junior out of Barrington, New Jersey, transfer from Rowan College, takes the mound. There's a runner at first and third for FIU. MTSU Trying to avoid giving up that 11th run, and that pitch was high, almost potentially scored. Cole Cleveland, who's currently at third base, representing what would be the winning run for FIU here. Dobbs has to be careful to avoid any wild pitches that would potentially bring in that winning run. 1-0 pitch coming up. Breaking ball just misses for Dobbs. Count goes to 2-0. Again, 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th, so MTSU needs just one more to keep this thing rolling into the top of the 8th and get the bats back out there with a chance to capitalize. Count at 2-0. This is fouled to the left side of the field by Trivella. Count moves to 2-1. Again, apologize for the technical issues. Wish I had saw that earlier. Didn't realize that a power cord had come loose, but these things happen from time to time, and all part of the game. Count at 2-1. Pitch on the way from Dobbs, and a ball chopped foul towards the FIU dugout. Count goes to 2-2. On the bright side, it's a new experience for me, calling a game from a cell phone. So you know we're learning new stuff here. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Dobbs trying to deliver an inning-ending strikeout. He's got 13 Ks on the year so far. And he gets the job done against Trivella. 2-2 count. That pitch upstairs for ball 3. And here's the situation for Dobbs. If he is to walk Mario Trivella here, he would load the bases for FIU and give them an opportunity to make it even easier to bring in that winning run. But all that really matters for them right now is bringing in Cleveland, so it wouldn't change a whole lot necessarily. Payoff pitch with 2 outs. And that's low and in the dirt. Check swing, and it's going to be called for a strikeout. Nice job by Mason Dobbs to get that strikeout. It was a low pitch, but Trivella still swung at it, and it works out for MTSU. So on to the top of the 8th we go. We'll be back on the Comrex here in just a moment. I'm going to go get it for all of you folks, and we'll be back soon here on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
The Blue Raiders are winners in the classroom, on the field, and the courts. Richard Lewis here. I want you to win in real estate also. Buying, selling, auction here in Tennessee, or along the Gulf Coast to second home or investing. Give me a call to help start that winning process. 615-319-9981. Oh, I'm never too busy for your referrals. Richard Lewis, Exit Realty, Bob Lamb & Associates.
Las Casas Drugs is a proud sponsor of Blue Raider Athletics, located at 4702 Las Casas Pike, just minutes from Murfreesboro. Las Casas Drugs strives to provide all of your pharmaceutical needs in that hometown atmosphere you deserve. Family-owned and operated, Las Casas Drugs offers free delivery, immunizations, drive-through window, gift shop, merchandise, and medication management programs. Come by and see how we can make a difference. And go Blue Raiders!
Bring your game day style courtside with a stop at Lightning's Locker Room on the concourse. From bold new drops to timeless campus classics, we've got everything you need to turn heads from class to tip-off. Whether you're rocking a hoodie in the student section or sporting a tee around town, your look says it loud. You're here for the wins, the energy, and the tradition. So step up your style and your spirit, because at Lightning's Locker Room, the season never slows down, and every fan plays a part in the hype. Let's make every day feel like game day.
Hey Blue Raider fans, this is Brad Hopkins with Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates. Winning in real estate is a lot like football. Good coaching and recruiting a great team are the keys. I put together a team of lenders, inspectors, and home professionals to help you succeed. Let me coach you through this process and make sure you come out a winner. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest, I am here to help you win. Visit BradHopkinsHomes.com or call 615-556-9239 to find out more.
You're listening to MTSU Sports on WGNS.
All right, back on the Comrex here on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner. I'm telling you, folks, this day has taken a lot of twists and turns. But we're here for the top half of the 8th inning between Middle Tennessee and FIU. Matt Wolf at the plate for the Blue Raiders, the number 9 man in the lineup. He'll be followed by Owen Nowak and Cooper Clapp, 9-1 and 2 due up. Appreciate my producer for standing by through all this mayhem, and hopefully we can finish things out cleanly for you. Swing and a miss here from Wolf. Count goes to 1-2. Initially thought that the Comrex had just overheated, but like I said, it was a loose power cord that was the problem. But got it fixed, so all's well that ends well. MTSU trying to get a happy ending here too, but got a long way to go against FIU. 1-2 pitch from Jeremy Urena, and it's going to be a strikeout on Matt Wolf. And I'll tell you this, he's done a really solid job of limiting these MTSU batters all the way through this game in his limited appearance so far, and he gets another strikeout here. So that'll send the next man up for the Blue Raiders. It is Owen Nowak in the top half of the 8th inning. The number 1 man in the order for the Blue Raiders. 0 for 3 so far in this contest. He has grounded out twice. Reached on a fielder's choice his last time up. Softly hit to short. Picked up by Trivella. Throws on to first, and the ball goes off the glove of the first baseman Kohal. So making it to first base is Owen Nowak. That is a runner aboard for MTSU. Bit of an unorthodox way to get it, but MTSU will not complain. And that was a tough play for Trivella to make. Had to come over from the shortstop spot and try to just heat that thing to first off balance. And there was just no way it was going to happen cleanly. So 1 out, but a runner aboard for MTSU. Nowak will be awarded with a single for it. So Cooper Clapp will come to the plate for the Blue Raiders. Clapp so far with a solo home run shot in the 4th, reached on a walk in the 6th. Watches a strike come by from Urena. Oh, 1 count. Here's a ground ball to first, picked up and thrown to second, chance for a double play, and FIU does exactly that. It was a ground ball over to the first baseman, Kohal, quickly got it over to second and took out both Nowak and Cooper Clapp. Again, a bad luck double play for MTSU, puts a premature end to a frame. Top of the 8th over, FIU still on top, 10-1. We'll be back for the bottom half of the 8th inning in 1 minute on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
At State Farm, when home and auto work as a team, you score and save money. I'm State Farm agent Andy Wama. Give me a call at 615-890-0850 and let's work together to win big by saving money on home and auto. With the service you get from State Farm, you might think our car insurance costs more. I'm State Farm agent Andy Wama. Give me a call at 615-890-0850 and let me show you with discounts up to 40%. You may find it even costs less.
At Middle Tennessee Electric, we see the lines that link us all, illuminating our neighborhoods, empowering our businesses, and helping us to recharge. Because we believe in the power of good energy. Whether it comes from our grids, the sun, or a kind heart. And as your family and our region continue to grow, you can trust that we'll always be there for you. Middle Tennessee Electric, bringing good energy.
The Blue Raiders are on News Radio WGNS.
Welcome back here to Blue Raider Baseball on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner as we've reached the bottom half of the 8th inning in this 10-1 game. Panthers on top of the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders. Mason Dobbs still on the mound for MTSU, trying to limit the damage that FIU can inflict in this frame. Cooper Rasmussen will lead off. 3, 4, and 5 due up for FIU. These Panthers bats have been solid, but they haven't scored in the last couple of frames. That's mostly due to some pretty solid MTSU pitching all around from John Michael Pickens and Mason Dobbs. And they're going to try to keep that going with Dobbs on the mound here in the bottom of the 8th. And a reminder, if FIU does score a run in this bottom half of the 8th inning, then the game comes to an end via the run rule. So MTSU trying to make sure that does not take place. They can give themselves a chance in the top of the 9th. Breaking ball delivered by Dobbs. Misses the inside corner of the plate. Count goes to 1-0. Cooper Rasmussen has had an interesting stat line today. Reached on a hit by pitch, flew a ball out to center in the 3rd. Reached on a walk in the 4th and struck out in the 6th. Upstairs here by Dobbs on a fastball. Count moves to 2-0. Mason Dobbs with a 2-2 record on the year. 12 earned runs given up, 23 total hits. and has allowed 3 total homers. 2-0 misses outside, and the count goes to 3-0. Rasmussen, representing the winning run, has a chance to get on base here if Dobbs cannot deliver on this 3-0 pitch. Dobbs, fastball, too high, ball 4. And that will send Cooper Rasmussen on his way to first base. Once again, FIU able to get an early base runner in an inning, and that will send on Andrew Ildefonso. 2 for 3 so far in this game with a single and a 2-run RBI double in the 4th. It was that double in the 4th that really started to open up the scoring for the Panthers in the middle part of the game. That was followed up shortly after by a home run from Aiden Cohall, 2-run homer that would give the Panthers, at the time, a 9-1 lead, and they have not looked back since. Dobbs delivers a strike, count goes to 0-1. Here's a breaking ball fouled to the left side. Count goes to 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes for Andrew Ildefonso. Grounded out to shortstop his last time up in the 6th inning, but has still had a tremendous day on Senior Day for the Panthers. 0-2, and chopped foul towards the left side once again. Count will move to 0-2 for the local man out of Miami, redshirt sophomore. Entered the weekend with a .267 average, 39 RBIs, 5 homers, 51 hits, and 11 total doubles. CUSA preseason all-conference member. Trying to deliver on an 0-2. Ground ball and foul to the left side once again. It's been almost the same play back to back to back. MTSU is all right with a few foul balls, but they'll want to get an out here at some point soon on Ildefonso. He's got Aiden Cohall behind him and Enrique Alvarez Jr., 2 guys who can also have a major impact. No outs, 0-2, placed outside by Dobbs. Looked for the outside corner, couldn't quite grab it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. FIU hitting at a 10 for 31 clip today. 323 is the team batting average. They are 5 for 17 with runners on, as this pitch is going to go wide of Tyler Minnick, and that will allow the runner to advance to second. So Rasmussen now in scoring position, and the count at 2-2. Just lost the handle a little bit that time. And now Dobbs will have to try to rebound, still searching for that first out, but Rasmussen in scoring position representing the winning run has an opportunity to be brought home if Andrew Ildefonso has anything to say about it here. Somewhat of a maybe final stand for Dobbs. What can he do with it? Two-two pitch. Tries a fastball, and it's a swing and a miss for Ildefonso. And a good strikeout for Mason Dobbs here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. 1 down for the Panthers. That'll send on Aiden Cohall, 2 for 4 so far on the day. And of course, Cohall has gotten a home run in every single game this weekend. Friday, Saturday, and got one on Sunday, a 2-run homer. Like I said, in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Jerry Myers will make his way out of the Blue Raider dugout, and he's going to make at least one more call to the bullpen today. So Mason Dobbs' day will come to an end after 2/3 of an inning of work, 2 strikeouts, no runs given up. Not too bad, all things considered. So one more pitcher coming up for MTSU. Blue Raiders down 10-1 to the Panthers. Back in 1 minute on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
Hey folks, it's Chip Walters from Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates, helping Middle Tennessee make smart moves in a fast-moving market. Whether you're buying, selling, or just exploring your options, you deserve someone who knows this community and treats your goals like their own. From first-timers to long-time homeowners, I'm here to guide you with clarity, confidence, and a steady hand. When you're ready to make the next move, start with someone you trust. Visit ChooseChip.net and let's make your 2026 move the right move.
Rutherford County's MTSU station, News Radio WGNS.
Back here at the FIU Baseball Stadium, Dylan Simmons with you on the call here on the Blue Raider Network and WGNS. Your score, FIU 10, Middle Tennessee 1 in today's rubber match. Game number 3 of the series in Miami has been all Panthers so far, but one man who's going to try to keep it going for MTSU and give them a shot in a potential top of the ninth is Colin Kerrigan. He's going to be brought in with a runner at second and one out here in the bottom half of the 8th inning, as Jerry Myers tries to see if Kerrigan can get us through to the other side. He'll be dealing with Aiden Cohall as the leadoff batter that he'll face, followed by Enrique Alvarez Jr. and Caden Samler, numbers 5, 6, and 7 for FIU. So we'll see how Colin Kerrigan deals with this pressure. Just invented a new word there. Sometimes that happens if you're a broadcaster trying to speak quickly. But Kerrigan has already come in once this weekend and had a very good outing against FIU his last time out. Came in briefly in game number 1, and against the Panthers in that contest, Kerrigan, it was yesterday that he played FIU, not Friday, my mistake. But against the Panthers in that contest, Kerrigan had 2/3 of an inning pitched and gave up no earned runs, at all actually, with 1 strikeout. So getting his chance here in the bottom of the 8th against FIU to see if he can keep this score at 10-1 and move us on to the 9th inning. It will be Aiden Cohall who will come to the plate. And again, he has been the biggest thorn in the side of MTSU this weekend. 3 home runs against the Blue Raiders, 2-run homer earlier today, and a double in the 6th. 1 out, Rasmussen at second, representing the winning run. Kerrigan's first pitch, nice fastball for a strike. Count goes to 0-1. Trying to follow up on his successful 2/3 yesterday against FIU. Let's see what he can do with this 0-1 pitch. Taking his time and takes a look back to second. Trying to keep Rasmussen honest. Quiet down, Siri. We don't need your opinion on this. Count at 0-1. All kinds of weird stuff going on today. It's that kind of Sunday afternoon, I guess. 0-1 pitch. Forgot to put my phone on silent mode. 1-1. Aiden Cohall did strike out back in the first inning. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 3rd. Got an RBI off of that as well. So 3 total runs batted in today. Kerrigan, nice fastball for strike 2. Count goes to 1-2. Kerrigan emerging as a reliable bullpen piece for MTSU this year, and is trying to make his mark in the final true road series of the season. 1-2 pitch. This ball softly hit towards second, picked up by Clapp. Underhand toss to first, gets it to O'Neill for out number 2. That advances the winning run to 3rd. Rasmussen in the hot corner, but the only man on base. So Cohall is retired on the 4-3. And on comes Enrique Alvarez Jr., number 6 man in the order. Hasn't had a great day so far, 0 for 3 on the Blue Raiders, despite all the success that the other FIU batters have had. Alvarez Jr. hasn't quite managed that same success, but we're not going to see Enrique Alvarez Jr. They're going to send in a pinch hitter instead. And for the first time in this game, and for the first time in this series, as a matter of fact, we're going to see that pinch hitter, Kyle Kaler, not the first time this series, but Jerry Myers is going to make his way out of the dugout. Didn't recognize Kaler's number at first. And let's see what he wants to do. Well, he's going to bring Kerrigan back to the dugout. So Kerrigan's day will end after a 1/3 of an inning pitched, and that will bring on a new man out of the bullpen for MTSU, but able to get a solid out on the Panthers, and one more pitcher up for MTSU here in the bottom of the 8th. Back in 1 minute right here on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner. Panthers up 10-1.
Las Casas Drugs is a proud sponsor of Blue Raider Athletics, located at 4702 Las Casas Pike, just minutes from Murfreesboro. Las Casas Drugs strives to provide all of your pharmaceutical needs in that hometown atmosphere you deserve. Family-owned and operated, Las Casas Drugs offers free delivery, immunizations, drive-through window, gift shop, merchandise, and medication management programs. Come by and see how we can make a difference. And go Blue Raiders!
Bring your game day style courtside with a stop at Lightning's locker room on the concourse. From bold new drops to timeless campus classics, we've got everything you need to turn heads from class to tip-off. Whether you're rocking a hoodie in the student section or sporting a tee around town, your look says it loud. You're here for the wins, the energy, and the tradition. So step up your style and your spirit, because at Lightning's locker room, the season never slows down, and every fan plays a part in the hype. Let's make every day feel like game day.
The Blue Raiders play here. News Radio WGNS.
Welcome back here to Miami, Florida. Colin Kerrigan's day comes to an end after a third of an inning pitched, but able to get an out on the Panthers on a 4-3. And we're going to see for the first time in this series, Cole Cates, junior pitcher out of Bradford, Tennessee, transfer from Dyersburg State, take the mound against FIU. He has 4 innings pitched on the year with 2 earned runs given up and a total of 5 strikeouts on the season. This will be his 8th appearance of the season, as he's made 7 prior. His last one was against Western Kentucky back on May the 2nd, where he had 2/3 of an inning in the second game of that series. Kyle Kaler is coming in as a pinch hitter here for Enrique Alvarez Jr. Misidentified him as a new player earlier, so wanted to avoid that confusion. Kaler to the plate, taking over Alvarez Jr.'s DH spot. The winning run for FIU is currently at third base, represented by Cooper Rasmussen. 2 outs here in this bottom half of the 8th inning. MTSU trying to avoid a run rule loss and give themselves a shot in the top half of the 9th inning in Miami as Cates delivers a strike. Count goes to 0-1. Cates has a pretty solid fastball in his repertoire, as well as a good breaking ball, and gets strike 2. A couple of good pitches from Cole Cates. Dyersburg State transfer doing some good stuff so far. And trying to get an inning-ending K right here on Kyle Kaler. 0-2 pitch. Lit up into right field. High fly ball camping underneath it is Rogers, and he makes the catch for out number 3. So that will bring us on to the top half of the 9th inning. Your score remains FIU 10, Middle Tennessee 1. Blue Raiders not done yet in Miami. We'll be back in 1 minute on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner. Don't touch that dial.
Locally grown, Blue Raider proud. This is Jonathan Harmon with the J. Harmon Home Team. As an MTSU alumnus and lifelong Rutherford County resident, I bring the heart of a teacher, the grit of a Blue Raider, and over 15 years of real estate experience to every client. Honest to a fault, connected to the community, and driven to serve. I don't just help you buy or sell, I help you understand every step. The J. Harmon Home Team, where real estate meets real talk.
Nothing is more expensive than a missed opportunity that could have changed your life. Maybe you're just graduating high school, or are working and need to earn a degree to advance your career. Or you aspire to be a leader, and a graduate degree can make that happen. Whether you're just starting out or retooling for the future, Middle Tennessee State University can help you get there. MTSU, the University of Opportunities.
WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
Back here on WGNS and the Blue Raider Network to the FIU Baseball Stadium, and we have reached the top half of the 9th inning between Middle Tennessee and FIU in today's rubber match. 10-1 is your score. FIU on top. Jeremy Urena, through 2 1/3 innings, has been doing some really good work against MTSU with 4 strikeouts. Panthers jumped out to a huge lead early in this game, and they have not looked back since, but give credit to MTSU. They have hung in throughout this contest and have at least given themselves a shot in this top of the 9th to add some runs on FIU and maybe make the score a little bit closer than it has been for the majority of this contest. Tyler Minnick comes to the plate. It'll be 3, 4, and 5 due up in the order against Urena in the top of the 9th. But it'll take an effort of efforts for MTSU to come back in this one. We'll see what the Bats can do if they get going early here. Count at 1-0. High fastball from Urena. Count goes to 2-0 for the righty pitcher. Tyler Minnick, a couple of singles in a row today, back in the 4th and 6th. He's had a pretty successful day, all things considered. Trying to get on top of this 2-0 count. And he delivers a high fly ball deep to left field, ranging back near the wall, and leaping up to try to make the catch and not being able to is Andrew Ildefonso. That'll be a solo home run for Tyler Minnick. It went right over the glove of Ildefonso, and Middle Tennessee makes it a 10-2 ball game as Tyler Minnick delivers a brilliant solo home run shot. There was a bit of a delay on the reaction because it was going to take a second for everyone to see if Ildefonso had the ball in his hand, and it's tough to see with how far the outfield is away from our vantage point, but he was unable to, and Middle Tennessee adds the homer. So Nathan Brewer comes to the plate. So far, Brewer has struck out swinging in today's game. Also grounded out to a double play his last time up. Flew a ball out to the shortstop. Count is at 1-0. He will foul this one back. Count goes to 1-1. Delivered it towards the left side of the field. Brewer 0 for 3 so far in today's contest. Has struck out, like I mentioned, one time in the game. 55 hits on the year with 43 RBIs. Swing and a miss. Count goes to 1-2 as he dug after that one. We know that he's going to be aggressive in this late juncture against the Panthers. Trying to possibly use that aggressiveness to his advantage. 1-2, fouled off of Nathan Brewer himself. He's a little wobbly coming out of the batter's box, but looks to be just a bit of a stinger. No other issues prevalent. And count at 1-2 with no outs. Blue Raiders trying to add a little bit more to the scoreboard. Already have with the solo home run from Minnick. He and Cooper Clapp have the 2 runs scored for MTSU today, both solo home run shots. Otherwise, it's been a tough outing for Middle Tennessee offensively. Brewer had the 4 home runs on Friday, a couple singles yesterday. Looking for his first hit of the game today. 1-2. And a swing and a miss for Nathan Brewer. Struck out swinging by Jeremy Urena. That will be his 3rd K of the game. And we'll bring on Lane Akers, the designated hitter for Middle Tennessee. Akers also 0 for 3 thus far in the contest. Hasn't had the most explosive weekend compared to what he's done in the past, but still a guy who can give you some reliable at-bats. And he's nowhere to be seen right now. Not sure where Akers is at the moment. Home plate umpire's having a conversation with the catcher, Caden Samler. Oh, there's the batter. It's going to be a pinch hitter. It's not Lane Akers, so that was what the delay was about. It's going to be Calvin Cook, number 41, who comes in for Akers. Getting a little bit of experience late for MTSU. Haven't seen Cook much this year, but getting a chance here. So Cook going to be brought on with 1 out against Jeremy Urena, no one on base. Lefty batter for MTSU. Low pitch comes in for a ball. Count goes to 1-0. And you do like to see players getting an opportunity this late juncture of the game to give MTSU a chance to try out some guys of the future. 1-0. Here's a fly ball out to left field. Camping underneath it is the shortstop, and the catch is made by Trivella over his shoulder. What a great job by Mario Trivella. Had to chase that one down on the run, but made a nice catch. 2 away here in the top half of the 9th inning. So Calvin Cook will be retired on that. And that'll send on the right fielder, Brett Rogers, with 2 away in the top of the 9th. And if an out is delivered by FIU here, that would end this baseball game. Panthers trying to secure the series win. Can do so with that final out as Urena delivers a strike. Count goes to 0-1. Brett Rogers, so far for MTSU today, is 0 for 2 overall. Did reach on a hit by a pitch back in the 5th. 0-1 is low and in the dirt. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike for Jeremy Urena. It's been a special senior day so far for FIU, and they've played with a fire and passion that's been prevalent on the baseball field so far. 1-1, Rogers ground ball through the left side for a base hit. Right in between the 5-6 hole, and Brett Rogers will get a 2-out single here in the top of the 9th to put another runner aboard for MTSU. So Dean O'Neill will come to the plate for Middle Tennessee. Struck out swinging his last time up, reached on a walk in the 5th. Popped the ball up to the pitcher in the 4th. Pitch on the way from Urena as he misses this one north of the zone. Count goes to 1-0. Urena's done a solid job through 3 innings, trying to make it a full 3 1/3 to end out this contest, but MTSU not wanting to go home yet. High breaking ball for a strike. Count goes to 1-1. Good adjustment by Urena. Rhett Von Dolan is on deck for MTSU if O'Neill is able to get on base. 1 ball, 1 strike from Urena. O'Neill, high fly ball to left center field, chasing after it and making the catch at the track is Cole Cleveland. And that will do it for this series in Miami. FIU dominant. Got off to a drag race start early on against Middle Tennessee and never looked back on this Sunday afternoon. They pick up the 10-2 victory over Middle Tennessee behind a dynamic offense, a team that was eager to win on senior day, and they hand Middle Tennessee a CUSA Road Series loss in Miami in the final road series of the season for the Blue Raiders. Disappointing result after a turbocharged weekend for MTSU to start off on Friday. Not the ending that the Blue Raiders wanted, but there is still a lot to fight for in this season, and although the end result today isn't what anyone was hoping for, this season is far from over for the Blue Raiders as they fall today 2-1 in this series to FIU and by a score of 10-2 in the rubber match in Game 3. We're going to take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we will wrap things up from Miami, Florida with our Blue Raider postgame show. We'll talk about our final postgame stats between FIU and Middle Tennessee and get you set for the Blue Raiders' next matchup coming up on Tuesday against the Memphis Tigers in Murfreesboro. Back in 2 minutes for the Blue Raider postgame show on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
Will Fraley, attorney at law, has experience you can count on. Former Blue Raider baseball player and MTSU alum Will Fraley serves Murfreesboro and the surrounding communities. Put a strong and experienced legal fighter on your case. Give Will Fraley a call and he can handle all of your legal matters, including criminal and domestic or family law. Visit willfraleylaw.com or call 615-410-7290.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
The Blue Raiders are winners in the classroom, on the field, and the courts. Richard Lewis here. I want you to win in real estate also. Buying, selling, auction here in Tennessee, or along the Gulf Coast, a second home, or investing. Give me a call to help start that winning process. 615-319-9981. Oh, I'm never too busy for your referrals. Richard Lewis, Exit Realty, Bob Lamb & Associates.
Las Casas Drugs is a proud sponsor of Blue Raider Athletics, located at 4702 Las Casas Pike, just minutes from Murfreesboro. Las Casas Drugs strives to provide all of your pharmaceutical needs in that hometown atmosphere you deserve. Family-owned and operated, Las Casas Drugs offers free delivery, immunizations, drive-through window, gift shop, merchandise, and medication management programs. Come by and see how we can make a difference. And go Blue Raiders.
WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports. Today's game is in the books, and it's time to recap today's action in the Blue Raider postgame show. Today's broadcast on the Blue Raider Network has been brought to you in part by Will Fraley, attorney at law, State Farm Insurance, and agent Andy Womack, Middle Tennessee Electric, Exit Realty, Bob Lamb and Associates, and agents Brad Hopkins, Richard Lewis, Jonathan Harmon, and Chip Walters. And by Las Casas Drugs. Let's head back to the ballpark for today's Blue Raider postgame show.
Welcome back here to the FIU Baseball Stadium, and yes, welcome to the Blue Raider postgame show live from Miami, Florida. Your final score today in the rubber match, game number 3 between FIU and Middle Tennessee. Panthers win by a score of 10-2. A dominant outing from the FIU bats, and a great job by all of the FIU pitchers today. 3 of them to be specific, and all 3 did a good job of limiting MTSU. Blue Raiders scored both of their runs on a couple of solo home run shots. Let's get into our final stats of the day. We'll start with the FIU Panthers. They had a lot of people who contributed to today's victory. Aiden Kohal ends up with a 2-hit, 3 RBI day with 1 home run. Mario Trivella from Caracas, Venezuela with 2 runs batted in, 2 hits, and 1 home run in 5 at-bats. Sammy Fisher had 1 hit with 2 runs today scored. Enrique Alvarez Jr. gets an RBI. Andrew Ildefonso with 2 RBIs and 2 hits as well. Cole Cleveland ends up with 1 hit for the Panthers. And Caden Samler with 2 hits, 2 RBIs, and another home run to his collection today as well. For the FIU pitchers, it is Jordan Vargas who gets credited with the win. He goes 4 1/3 innings pitched with 6 strikeouts and had 68 total pitches. Cooper Foster came in for an inning and a third, ended up with 1 walk, no strikeouts, but no runs given up. And Jeremy Urena finished the job, and he gets the save. 3.1 innings pitched, a 1 earned run given up, and 5 strikeouts against Middle Tennessee. Meanwhile, for the Blue Raiders, in today's post-game stats, Owen Nowak ends up with 1 hit. Cooper Clapp ended up getting 1 hit and 1 run on a solo home run shot, his lone hit of the day. And Tyler Minnick had the best day of anybody, 3 hits, including a solo home run, as well as a couple singles for MTSU. So pretty good day for Tyler Minnick, all things considered. Nobody else, though, was able to get a hit for MTSU in this contest. As far as pitchers go, MTSU used 7 today. Drew Horn started off the game with 2 innings pitched. He'll be credited with the loss for this contest. 3 earned runs given up with 3 strikeouts. Cole Torbett goes an inning and 2/3 with 2 walks and 1 strikeout given up and 5 earned runs. Bryant Baranek with 2/3 of an inning, 2 earned runs given up, and 1 strikeout. John Michael Pickens did some solid work. 2 1/3 innings pitched with 2 strikeouts. Already has a save this weekend and a solid outing today as well. Mason Dobbs with 2/3 of an inning pitched and 2 strikeouts. Colin Kerrigan had a third of an inning, and Cole Cates came in late for a third of an inning as well. Middle Tennessee will fall to 11-16 in Conference USA play, and they'll drop this road series to FIU. They are now 24-27 overall. Middle Tennessee can still clinch a berth in the Conference USA tournament next week when they play the Liberty Flames at home. That or a loss from New Mexico State would automatically clinch Middle Tennessee a spot in the CUSA tournament, and if New Mexico State loses today, that would also get the job done for the Blue Raiders. Not sure if we have a final yet on that game or not, but we'll make sure to keep you updated as all of that news comes in, and Middle Tennessee continues their search for the postseason. Obviously not the result that they were looking for this weekend, but this team did a very solid job nonetheless. We do have a final on that New Mexico State game. They lose 7-6 to Missouri State, so that should put Middle Tennessee into the Conference USA tournament, but we'll await confirmation on that as it comes in. So again, your final score today from Miami, FIU wins by a score of 10-2 over Middle Tennessee here in this matchup and takes the series over the Blue Raiders. Thank you all so much for tuning in all weekend long. Hope it's been a blast. We will be back on the air on Tuesday. Dick Palmer will take over, the voice of the Blue Raiders, as they take on the Memphis Tigers back in Murfreesboro at Reese Smith Jr. Field. And then the Blue Raiders host their final series of the regular season at home against the hard-charging Liberty Flames, who've been on a heck of a run as of late in the CUSA race. So all that coming up next week. But as for today, that's going to do it. So for my producer back at the station, and for all of you listening in, I'm Dylan Simmons saying so long from Miami, where our final score is FIU 10, Middle Tennessee 2. This has been a presentation of the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner. So long and have an electric night, everyone.
Bring your game day style courtside with a stop at Lightning's Locker Room on the concourse. From bold new drops to timeless campus classics, we've got everything you need to turn heads from class to tip-off. Whether you're rocking a hoodie in the student section or sporting a tee around town, your look says it loud. You're here for the wins, the energy, and the tradition. So step up your style and your spirit, because at Lightning's Locker Room, the season never slows down, and every fan plays a part in the hype. Let's make every day feel like game day.
Hey Blue Raider fans, this is Brad Hopkins with Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates. Winning in real estate is a lot like football. Good coaching and recruiting a great team are the keys. I put together a team of lenders, inspectors, and home professionals to help you succeed. Let me coach you through this process and make sure you come out a winner. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest, I am here to help you win. Visit BradHopkinsHomes.com or call 615-556-9239 to find out more.
At State Farm, when home and auto work as a team, you score and save money. I'm State Farm agent Andy Wama. Give me a call at 615-890-0850 and let's work together to win big by saving money on home and auto. With the service you get from State Farm, you might think our car insurance costs more. I'm State Farm agent Andy Wama. Give me a call at 615-890-0850 and let me show you with discounts up to 40%. You may find it even costs less.
At Middle Tennessee Electric, we see the lines that link us all, illuminating our neighborhoods, empowering our businesses, and helping us to recharge. Because we believe in the power of good energy. Whether it comes from our grids, the sun, or a kind heart. And as your family and our region continue to grow, you can trust that we'll always be there for you. Middle Tennessee Electric, bringing good energy.
Thanks for listening to today's Middle Tennessee State University baseball game. Today's game has been produced by Van Wagner College through the facilities of WGNS Radio. The content of today's game is owned by Van Wagner College and the Blue Raider Network and may not be reproduced without expressed written permission of Middle Tennessee State University and Van Wagner College. Be sure to join us next time for more Middle Tennessee baseball here on the Blue Raider Network on WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.